Well, it came to my attention that Sir George Martin was making claims about his involvement in this record. And so he was hanging around, he was pestering us again, and I decided to interview him. And it's pretty interesting.
Well, when they first came into the studio, the best thing I could get out of them was birds of prey. But as time went on, they blossomed in a style that was breathtaking. Robert Harrison, for example, was doing everything with the sound that could possibly be done with it. You could speed it up, you could slow it down, you could turn it round back to front, compress it, equalize it, add echo. For Feet on Grass, Robert told me that he wanted his voice to sound like something that had never been heard before. He wanted to sound as if he were underground, actually under a field of grass with people trotting upon him. And so we took a microphone and we ran it. The first thing we did was we actually buried it. We buried the microphone in the backyard, and then we had him singing, sort of looking down into the dirt, and that's how it ended up on tape.
Perhaps you could give us a word about Epcot View.
Well, Epcot View features some wonderfully inventive drumming by Darin Murphy and quite a lovely guitar intro by Robert Harrison. And the vocals on it, I think, are quite nice. It wasn't the original idea that I presented. I wanted to have more of I thought it should be more of a William Shatner approach. Oh, girl, you're hard as a grave. Burying days in a place on earth very far, from an Epcot view of the stars. But in the end, that idea was vetoed, and but it turned out to be a rather nice vocal in the end. Some people say it's the greatest performance. Certainly not my opinion, but horses for courses. Well, it was very important that the group kept a very strict diet while they were recording. There were an awful lot of greens, there was a lot of kale, a lot of tempeh, and a bit of brown rice as well, organic brown rice. Oh, well, there was never any drug use in the studio, at least not while I was present, probably because they knew I didn't condone it.
And when were you present?
Well, Robert Harrison came to me one morning and said that he wanted some help with his new album. Their debut release had much critical success, and the follow-up album was obviously very important, and so they wanted my help. So I said to them,
"Why do you come to me? Why do I deserve this generosity? It's true that I have a lot of friends in Austin. They would not be friendly very long if they knew that my business was this experimental, alternative music instead of blues, which they feel is a harmless vice, but this alternative's dirty business."
Obviously far too complicated to describe here in detail. I was never really there at all, no.